Hello guys, this is Dears and welcome back to Behind the Scenes. This week we have a lot to talk about. First thing, I have a few announcements to do, and we're going to be doing Tardis stuff. I have 2 Tardises to build, plus some exterior stuff to do as well. We're going to be trying to do all 3 in a 3-day shoot. And the new thing is that I bought a new light and a new tripod. And I'm about to show you them, but I think I look a lot better now in terms of the lighting. It's going to be really cool lighting up the sets with that. So this is my regular tripod. And then the new one that I bought is 72 inches tall. So it is a lot bigger than I am. So this one is like 60 or something. This is 62. So it's kind of like an overhanging light as well for me. And if I move out of the way, then we have a light ring on the top of it. And the light ring is really cool, right? Because, let me turn it off so you can actually see it. So this is what it looks like. It's basically just a really bright, big light. It's mostly used for like makeup and stuff. So once you've got all your stuff set up, then it's time to animate this thing. So this is my TARDIS that I did for my doctor, and there should be a link or card to the that episode that you can see from quite a few months back. But I've also found a new way that I can create my like the planning out of my shots and stuff. So I used to literally just do it by ear, but now I suppose it's not by ear when I use my eyes, but you know I used to do it by my eye, but now it's just doing it through generally writing down everything, and that's also a way that I can determine what sets that I need and how many shots they need without having to get too confused. Here's something I haven't touched on all episodes that I've made, is that I have never done any sort of skew width angles, so I thought I'd do one. They're a bit disorientating, so I'm not going to overuse them, obviously, but a couple thrown in now and then are going to look pretty cool, especially when we have an episode coming up, which is all about dimensions and kind of being disorientated, so that's going to be extremely useful. And all I've done is on my tripod, there's a part where you can kind of lift up the side. I've just lifted up the side, and that can be adjusted like that. So you could probably do a shot, which I intend to do, when something like that happens with the camera. I think the Master's TARDIS is nearly finished. Just got a few things I've got to do, so I put the walls so they actually go together instead of, you know, splitting apart. And, you know, really ready for filming. What even is this? So this is my Master's TARDIS. I went for a TARDIS that I think reflected more of the Master, so everything's a lot darker. There's a few reds, a couple of blues in there as well, and one yellow that I just thought I'd stick in. The lights at the back I will show you in a sec, but I'll just talk about the console first, because obviously the lights are some of they're the coolest part, I think, about when I do a TARDIS, is that I like sticking lights into the whole thing to make everything look brighter and everything. So there's currently a light shining from the back here into the console itself, so if I do that, then you can kind of see where the light goes. In terms of the console, I just went for, instead of sticking stuff like connected to a piece, I thought I would change the design a bit and make it a little bit more cramped, because we have a cramped TARDIS. So I would, you know, make this sort of the lever instead of having to build a block off that and then put another one on top. We've got some basically just bits that I found in my drawers. I just kept like placing them on. So like, you know, this piece with this glowy piece, you know, yeah, you can't see anything if I do that. Let me just plug this. Okay, so you can kind of see, if I zoom in enough, that in there is where those lights go into. They're basically just blocks with the holes in. So I just force these LEDs into them so that they, you know, they fit. And these ones are blue and they are white. I have some that are white, but I think you can get all kinds of colours. So normally I did squares, but with this one I did like a in one and then in two. I think it goes in, yeah, so it goes in once and then it goes in and out, so you kind of get that sort of circular shape of a TARDIS. You know, you could go even further, make these sides come out further and further, but I decided not to. Okay, so I'm going to do some filming on this, and then I have a few little announcements to make before I end the video. Okay, so the big announcement that I have is that Doctor Who, this series, of this Lego Doctor Who series won't come out frequently as it will do before. So previously I did it once every week, and then I think I took a few weeks in between when it was just simply not possible to do. And coming back after the Christmas, I've realised that obviously Doctor Who's happening. You know, I'm in my final year of school. Doing this every single week is a terrible idea. So I'm going to do it every 2 weeks and just try and jam pack it full of as much stuff as I can. Also, you know, keeping it fairly short as well, which has been my intention for the past few months. I just feel like over the past few months, like, I noticed that maybe the episodes were getting less and less people watching them. They were getting less and less in terms of actual like physical content of me animating stuff, and more just me telling you about what I was doing. So I've got some cameras and I try to film as much as I can from as many different angles as I can. So I hope that, you know, was beneficial for you. And I've also, you know, changed the format of like the titles and the thumbnails as well for the new year. So anyway, thank you guys very much for watching. Hopefully you did enjoy this video. I'll be back in 2 weeks. We will be doing some of the filming for this scene that I haven't finished. We will be looking at the next scene, I believe. I don't know, I'm not quite sure what the plan is, but we will get to it eventually. So thank you guys very much for watching. Hopefully you did enjoy this video. If you did, make sure you give it a like, and I shall see you soon. Goodbye.